Well, I think we've talked about it already, but one of the other things, well, there's two other things that we want to talk about with you. But the first one being, it is the Tommy Fleetwood tour. As we said earlier, Isaac's played in the first two events. How did that come about, and how would you sort of assess how it's gone so far from your point of view?
Well, it came about just as a natural evolution of the Tommy Fleetwood Academy, where we've got about 120 kids, and we build our coaching program around about 10 tournaments per year, which we run on the par 3 course. And then Tommy asked me what I thought about getting a tour going. So that's why we've done it. It's an extension of what we do for our academy pupils. And it's gone well. I mean, it's a lot of work. And I would say, like, if you put a tournament on with the infrastructure that we're using for 15 kids or 100 kids, there isn't 10 times the extra work. It's all the same. So we have the PGA scoreboard, we've got a PA system, we've got our staggered tee system, age dependent, and we put a lot of effort in. But I'd say it's gone well, you know. And what I want kids to get out of that, though you haven't asked me, but I'm riffing onto this subject. When I look back at my sort of experiences in competitive golf as a junior golfer, and then as a young pro when I was at my best, I look back and think, was I nervous? Well, I was a little bit, but the overwhelming feeling I had was excitement.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm telling the kids: if you feel them butterflies, and that slight shaking, your mouth's gone dry, you've got to welcome that. That's adrenaline, and that's the fuel for excellent performance. So I encourage our kids to get that sensation, recognise it, and think, this is the fuel I need to propel myself.
All right, excuse me for 1 minute.
Sorry for that slight interlude there. We do have an extra guest. This is Leo. We do tend to record these podcasts quite late at night. So this is why he's joined us. He's a little bit restless. But just to come back onto the Tommy Fleetwood tour, Norman, one of the things that I think has appeared to work really well is the format, and that it's you talked about the staggered tees. You talked about the fact that obviously the holes are, you know, set distances, like it's very similar to the US Kids Tour. Was there a particular reason that you adapted sort of a similar format in that respect?
Well, I've had my own son on these various tours and the US Kids stuff. And it's born out of our program, where kids start very close to the green and they work their way backwards.
Okay.
We do it on the gross score. It's like the best golfer wins. So far, we haven't used golf handicaps. And I've got to admit, it seems to have been quite popular with the parents. Yeah. We could perhaps reach a bigger audience if we had a handicap section as well, which we may go into. But as we roll out the tour next year to bigger venues and perhaps 18-hole venues as well, I might consider it. I'm not ruling it out, but I do like the gross score format. It takes away the handicaps, which are always tricky with kids, because a kid could start on a 36 handicap in the summer, and by the end of the summer holidays, he could be 15 handicap. So they're always fluctuating. They're going up and down, and there's a clarity to it and a simplicity, and everybody can grasp it. So it's not set in stone, but that's the way we've started off. And it's the way I run my tournaments at the Tommy Fleetwood Academy. And I think everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah, because I think one of the things that was noticeable as well is it seems to have attracted a lot of players from different areas as well, which probably shows that how, from a reputation point of view, how well the Tommy Fleetwood Academy is doing. How much would you say has that been in part to to the players that are coming? Is it the players that are coming out? Is it obviously the Tommy Fleetwood name? Or is it a combination, sort of all of those things?
Well, I think initially, I've got to be honest, it's probably the Tommy Fleetwood name, but my goal is to deliver the best experience I can, and bearing in mind we're representing Tommy, and takes a very close interest in it, we want to deliver the goods, and hopefully people can come along and see, the quality of what we're doing, and they think, I wonder when the next one is. So these were 3 pilot events in effect, and I'm amazed. Yeah, we've had people from London, people from Inverness, we've had people from Europe enter. The COVID restrictions have slightly dampened that, but yeah, there has been a lot of interest. So I'm very, very pleased with it, and I've had nothing but positive feedback and some really nice texts and emails, which I always appreciate. Probably like you in your business, when people tell you, like with Noisy Golf, that you're doing a good job. It's nice. They've actually been so impressed by what you're doing. They've gone out of the way to contact you, and it's very, very nice.